What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Boslane, that's the one, the only. It's Happy Boy Friday, Scott Savage. Scott, what's going on, buddy?
Last night I downloaded Grand Theft Auto 4.
What?
I'm going to go through that one again. It's been so long.
Dude, you're like all over the map. It's funny. You never know what Scott's going to play next. That's one of those.
No.
That's why I check in. Dude, what are you playing now? That's Grand Theft Auto 4.
I let you guys know when there's achievements on some strange things like jigsaw puzzles. Solitaire.
Yo, there was one VR game I wanted. It was a puzzle. The whole thing was a 3D puzzle, and it looked cool. I might check that one out. That's like one of the ones we didn't get a code for, and I was kind of disappointed.
Oh.
I know. I was like, really?
Oh, can't get them all.
No, we can't, right? And that's fair. It was just one of those man, I hope I get that one. And it didn't. I was like, all right, now I'm going to go buy it. So that's how that's going to roll. Dude, we got an interesting show today where people can join us live noon Eastern, Monday to Friday over at twitch.tv/theofficial ITG, as well as youtube.com/theofficial ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later inside the game.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Dude, today's show, Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, is unlikely to give up the live service model. Fortnite Creative 2.0 coming next week, and Assassin's Creed Red bringing a much requested characters to the lineup.
Yeah. I'm excited. Any little detail I get about that title, I'm happy for.
It's overdue to get into Assassin's Creed Red, right? And which one is the mobile game?
Oh,
Assassin's Creed, dude. There's a lot.
I can't remember now.
It
wasn't Hex.
Hexy was that's a mainstay game. There's another one that's a mobile game. We'll find it, I'm sure, in the list. But right now, we kick it over to Tom Ivan over at VGC, who has this to say: Suicide Squad is highly unlikely to drop his live service element. It's claimed. Suicide Squad is unlikely to drop its live service, unfortunately. Last week, a Bloomberg source claimed Warner has decided to push the title from his currently announced May release date to the second half of 2023. Following the report, Giant Bomb reporter Jeff Grubb said a reliable source had told him that the game may not arrive until 2024 now, Scott.
Ooh. That's a big delay. No definitive date as it stands now. Makes me wonder.
Absolutely. Well, Warner has yet to comment on reports of a delay. The journalist who originally broke the story has now suggested the extra development time will be used to polish Suicide Squad rather than to rework its live service elements, which attracted some criticism following a gameplay showcase last month. Rocksteady, quote, Rocksteady has not yet announced a Suicide Squad delay, perhaps because there's still no new date, end quote. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier tweeted on Thursday, quote, staff were told a few weeks ago it's coming later this year, but they still don't know when. Possibly it slips to 2024, but one thing seems certain, the core game isn't changing, end quote. A 15-minute showing during a PlayStation live stream for its state of play, dude, was the very feature of Suicide Squad and met with mixed reactions, my friend.
Yeah. Right? Didn't really do much for you, did it?
No, not at all. I feel it's still just, really, this is what we're going to get? And then you add in that whole live service model. I don't like, this is Rocksteady, and I have a lot of faith in Rocksteady, but dude, I don't know anybody who's like really kind of clamoring to get their hands on this game. I think it could be one of those, you need to play it in order to understand. But I think from everything we've seen, I'm just like, I don't really care all that much. Dude, it's just not, it's not what I wanted, Scott. I don't know that. I don't know if that's what it is or what, but something's not sitting right coming off of where we landed with Batman, right? Batman put the whole superhero thing for me at a whole other level. Then we get Insomniac in here with Spider-Man, and now we're going back into the world of DC with characters that just don't really pull in a lot of us to start with.
Yeah, the characters that's the biggest miss for me. It's just not really characters that I want to get into, but the idea of this huge delay, they're not reworking the main part of the game. It sounds to me like they're trying to rework the monetization. And that makes sense as to why you wouldn't change the live service. That is their monetization model.
Yep.
Just trying to find a way to balance it, I suppose, and then make that work in a way that's not going to anger any fans that are still excited, because there are some.
No, absolutely. I know some people are looking forward to checking out the game, but I've just seen from the media side alone, I don't see too many people going, man, I cannot wait to play this game. And that's not something you hear when you get Rocksteady attached to the title, right? There is always hype behind whatever Rocksteady's working on. We're all waiting. And when they announced this, I was like, really? Really? This isn't really what I was hoping for, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. We're going to check it out. I want to play it and then have an informed opinion on whether or not this works, right? Does it hit? Does its story pull us in? It's now on the other side. We're not, whether you think Batman's a good guy or not, either way. But now we're on the bad side of DC, right? With their DC supervillains as the heroes, which is a bit of a twist. But either way, you
Mhm.
get into this side. The other thing long term, Scott, is that live service model. We see a lot of games fail on this live service model, and it doesn't
Yeah.
work. And now all of a sudden you add in all these superheroes on the DC side. Dude, we just had Marvel's Avengers, and it flopped
I'm really
immensely.
hoping Rocksteady's learned from that, observing that, and hopefully
Oh
they're,
man.
even if this delay is just to pack a huge amount of content to schedule out, that would be okay.
Yeah, if
Just
they
anything to avoid the trap of skins and not much else.
well, yeah, just the dry spout of having nothing to play, right? When you talk about live service, you need to keep your community alive and have a reason to come back. Dude, I don't want to get into the anthem and just do the same tyrant mine over and over and over again, right?
Yeah.
And nobody wants to get in that loop. It's one thing to go back. It's funny because as much as we say that, Scott, dude, you, me, and my brother right now, day in, day out, are in the world of Wild Hearts, and some of the creatures we're fighting are the same ones we've started hours and hours and hours ago, but yet we go back because we just need that little bit of extra. We need a
Yeah,
piece of the tail. We need a fang.
isn't
We need
that
something,
funny
right?
how Anthem just completely missed that one though? Because yeah, I never thought of that. You're right. We are hunting the same monster again and again.
Dude,
But I wasn't complaining about it this time.
not at all, right? We're sitting there fighting the King Tusk. We're fighting the Rage Tail.
I think
Next,
you're tired of Grit Dog, but
oh, the Grit Dog. That thing, every time I turn around, a piece of gear or something needs a Grit Dog. I was like, come on, get out of here. But I wonder what they're going to do here because we are getting upgrades, make our characters unique, make our weapons unique, right? So there are certain little battles where you're going to have to set out on, or just what is their loop, Scott, for the game when it comes to that live service model? But overall, man, it makes us on the outside a little nervous, right? We need, I think, when they showed off the showcase, I get they had to show us the gameplay and see what we're getting into, but at the end of the day, it always seems to be the same thing over and over and over, and it doesn't really excite me that well. Where I'm more concerned about is that live service experience and if it kills the game. So,
yeah.
you
If they
know,
came out with a presentation, here's our whole roadmap. Don't
yeah.
worry. That's a huge amount of assurance.
No, absolutely. Speaking about huge, Scott, Creative 2.0 is coming to Fortnite on March 22nd. Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming had this to say. So they had a couple of little screenshots, small little snippets of what we're getting into here. It's nothing really all that exciting except for the concept of what is coming. Epic Games has confirmed that Fortnite will be getting its Creative 2.0 update on March 22nd, taking to Twitter under the handle at FNCreate, Fortnite Create. Epic Games shared the details, including that the Unreal Editor can be added to your wish list on the Epic Games Store now. Fortnite Creative 2.0, known formerly as the Unreal Editor for Fortnite, will be the evolution of the game's creative mode. It will allow the community to build their own games inside Fortnite. Speaking with Fast Company, Tim Sweeney said that Fortnite Creative 2.0 will allow players to build a very highly quality game content and code and deploy its own Fortnite within having to do a deal with us. It's open to everybody. So you don't have to form a deal with Tim Sweeney and Epic Games, right? You just make a game within Fortnite. Similar to Roblox, Fortnite's Unreal Editor will allow creators to monetize their content. Quote, we're building an economy, end quote, said Sweeney. Quote, it will support creators actually building businesses around their own work and making increasing amounts of profit from the commerce that arises from people playing their content. End quote. Previous leaks about Fortnite Creative 2 have revealed a whole plethora of additions, which including creating your own models, maps, vehicles, and more. What you can do with Unreal Engine Fortnite, well, it builds a concept used for Fortnite creative tool sets with the addition of new features and capabilities. The beta provides creators with an early version of Unreal Fortnite that will evolve in the line with their feedback. With this beta version of Unreal Engine Fortnite, you'll be able to create custom content with models and material tools, import meshes, textures, animations, and audio, use Niagara to create VFX, which is mind-blowing, animate and control rig and sequencer, design gameplay with verse. So dude, you're getting everything in here to create essentially your own game. Now, Scott, as exciting as that is, there's also the other side of it of how much crap is going to come down the pipeline here, right? When we get into user-generated content. Now, granted, over in the world of Fortnite Creative already, we are seeing the player base split. Half of them play the Battle Royale. The other half are just playing user-generated content. So there is something here. What Tim Sweeney and the team over at Epic Games are making next with Creative 2.0 brings in huge opportunities. No longer do you have to learn Unreal Engine 5. No longer do you have to learn Unity, right? All these other games that are game engines that are really, really complex and take a lot to learn and understand. Dude, if you want to make a game, Epic's given us the Fortnite version, so it's a little bit simpler, but yet if you have the capabilities and the talent or the know who to kind of talk to, they can go in and really kind of hype this up and take this to the next level. So those big grand scheme concerts that we were getting, you can now make your own. Like, there's huge opportunity what's going into this. It's exciting to see, and man, we can get some pretty cool games. No longer you need the indie who works on Unity or whatever title they're trying to make and launch it. Here's the thing, you are going to be restricted, from what I can tell, to being in the world of Fortnite only, right? You're in Fortnite Creative. So if you're looking to make a game, put it on Xbox and everywhere else, you have to kind of figure that out, how you're going to do that with Epic in mind within the world of Fortnite. But you won't be able to kind of put out your own game and go, hey, we're on the Xbox store, and now we're on the PlayStation store as our
you can't publish.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Scott?
There's a lot of opportunity there. Fortnite, if you will. A lot of things have come out of Forge and Halo. A lot of things we were talking just a minute ago about Roblox and how there's a lot of things that come out of that. Yep. I'm hopeful that there'll be something good, but I'm a little worried that the indies that you mentioned will get kind of drowned out by a lot of people's creations that are maybe not up to snuff. But
which is fair.
Time will tell, really.
There's a lot right now in the world of Roblox. There's 50 million daily users over there, and some of them have been able to make their own business creating worlds, games, and such over in Roblox. And with Tim Sweeney starting to get their Creative Suite 2.0 up and running here for Fortnite, they're looking to be that Roblox competitor, right? And
am I just doing their work for them, though?
Oh, maybe.
Like anything that I create, is that going to be legally mine? It'll be legally property of Epic.
Well, here's the thing, too. As of right now, dude, how many of the biggest IPs are in Fortnite? Are we able to create those? Like, can I bring in God of War to my own game and make that a game mechanic?
Oh, no. You just eliminated it. NFTs. This is a big NFT market.
There's like they are going to have
Troy Baker.
Dude. Yeah. I love Troy and what he's done. But it's interesting to see where Tim has taken things here in the Epic team and what they're looking to create. But there are a lot of questions still on the table of, can we put our own purchases that we've made already in Fortnite and bring those over? And can we make our own God of War game in a sense, or our own Aloy with Horizon, because that skin is in there, dude. Like The Rock is there. Can we now make it? All of a sudden, if you're going to be able, can you kill off Kratos in your own version of God of War? Like
Kratos versus Goku. I can finally end that argument, Brian.
so there's a lot of questions still, but the creative side of it does open up opportunities, right? Because there are creatives over in Roblox who make a living just doing creative stuff with Roblox. And there's the opportunity here to do the same thing. If you want to make your own game, and if it does well, you're able to sell some of the things, the features and assets and stuff like that. You can make a decent living just doing creative stuff with Fortnite. Opportunities are open, man, and they're coming in quick. So it's very exciting to see what the possibilities stand. And hopefully we get some cool games. Like, I want to go in and go, hey, if you played this game, no, where do I get that? Yo, you got to go to Fortnite. And I went, what? You know what I mean? Like, get that experience?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool to hear, too.
I hope Roblox makes a lot of copies of other games, and I'm sure we'll get a lot of that.
Yeah. But we'll see, dude. We will see. And you know what else we're going to see? Assassin's Creed codename Red to feature both Samurai and Shinobi. Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming. Scott, we've been waiting a long time for more news on where this one is at, because fans alone have been asking for this for decades for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And it's slowly making its way here. We don't know when, but official details on Assassin's Creed codename Red are still scarce, with Ubisoft so far revealing that the game is set in feudal Japan and is being developed by Ubisoft Quebec. That said, a few more in-development details provided under anonymity to Insider Gaming reveal that the game could be one of the best yet, especially if you're a fan of stealth. Oh, Scott!
Good. That's what I want to hear.
Insider Gaming previously reported in February that codename Red is already in good shape and will feature 2 playable characters. New details provide more insight into the game's characters, though, with sources stating in codename Red there's both a samurai and shinobi character. Details on how exactly these characters will be played are limited, but it's understood that the short teaser, officially released by Ubisoft, features the game's female samurai. The other character, the shinobi, is understood to be an African refugee who learned the way of the Creed. Dude, that sounds sick. One of the more exciting details that we've learned, though, is the one biggest design focuses of codename Red is the focus on stealth gameplay. Dude, you cannot be in feudal Japan as a samurai in shinobi and not focus on stealth.
Yeah, has to be some. That's what the fans have been wanting so badly. Let's go to Japan. Let's go with the kind of ninja role. I want to see that play out. This gives me an idea, though. The idea of 2 different characters together. I really wish that's how the previous 3 Assassin's Creed had been. If you're Cassandra and then you're doing the stealthy, you're Alexios. Now you come out for the fight. Having 2 different characters could have split both different gameplays in the same game. That would have been satisfying for me. But then I guess I wouldn't have the same kind of hunger I do for Red.
Oh, fair enough, right? Seemingly, though, Quebec has decided to take a Splinter Cell-esque or Hitman approach to the title, with things like hiding bodies, hiding in tall grass, extinguishing lights so your shadows are not spotted, etc., all being current features. Oh man, let's go. It's not entirely clear when Assassin's Creed codename Red will fully be revealed, but Insider Gaming understands that the main focus at E3 will be on Mirage's gameplay premiere and the formal announcement of its VR offering with Assassin's Creed Nexus. Scott. So here's the lineup. Here's what we hear. Oh man, you ready for this?
Yeah, this is a whole lot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is where you kind of get, are we going to get a little bit too much? Because Assassin's Creed codename Red is internally scheduled to release fall of 2024, but we won't be surprised if the game sees a 2025 release. Every Assassin's Creed game in development goes as follows. Assassin's Creed Mirage, single player, in production, it's supposed to be out this year, right? Assassin's Creed Nexus, which is their VR game. Assassin's Creed codename Jade, that's the mobile game, Scott, that I was talking about.
Oh, that was the one, yeah.
Yeah, that's in production right now. Codename Red, we're getting, that's in production. Codename Hexy, single player right there as well, in pre-production. Codename Invictus is a multiplayer game in pre-production. Codename Nebula, single player, concept and prototype stages. Codename Raid, which is a multiplayer. Dude, I'm down for an Assassin's Creed Raid. Like, bring that Unity style gameplay back. Concept and prototype right there. Codename Echoes is a multiplayer concept prototype stage. And Assassin's Creed Nexus 2 VR being discussed internally already, Scott.
Already a promising enough idea. They're coming out with more than one title worth of ideas. Dude, that has me excited.
That's insane.
Ubisoft has a way of biting off more than they can chew, though.
Without a doubt. So let's get into Red for a second, because it's scheduled to see the 2024 release date, right? Fall 2024. So we're still out for a while, which means we're getting Mirage this year. I would predict if they're going, I'm gonna say fall. I'm gonna say we get,
I think fall.
Mirage in fall. It was rumored to be summertime, but if they're waiting for E3, I don't think they're just going to go, hey, it's out in 2 months, right? So we get June and then it's out in August. I think we're kind of looking more towards October, probably. It's kind of where I'm thinking we'll see Mirage, which is supposed to be a take back to the original Assassin's Creed, which already has me pumped. And then if we get Jade the following year, dude, we're in like stealth heaven here when it comes to Assassin's Creed for the next little while.
Do you remember when in the year Assassin's Creed 1 had released? I know I got it for Christmas one year.
No.
I think I was 15.
I'm checking it out right now. Let's find
Because
out.
maybe that's some sort of a hint. Would they go to November just to try and get right in for that holiday season?
Let me see if I can track this down real quick. 2007 is all it says, Scott.
I was 15. I recall that part.
There you go. I want to say it was, if I remember correctly, it was like October, November, give or take.
Okay.
Right? Somewhere in that time frame, which made a lot of sense. Brand new IP, made a bit of a splash. People got their hands on it, said it was boring. Not boring, but repetitive, I guess would be the better choice. Right? Which, granted, it was. I get it, but I still loved it. Dude, I loved that game. And then when 2 came out in 2009, that just changed the world. Double blades, you're killing 2 at the same time.
It's funny how the Division had that car door.
Yeah.
Do you remember Assassin's Creed had the same thing? Everybody's doing this through crowds.
That's
I loved it.
Oh man, a ton of fun. I can't wait to see Mirage. More on that coming in apparently in June, and hopefully we'll get it. It's supposed to be this year, so I got faith that it's coming this year, Scott. I'm ready to get back into Assassin's Creed, and I'm out of Valhalla. It's gone. It's off my console, dude. Can't do it anymore. But
is it?
Yeah, never. Probably not.
For how long?
It'll come back, I'm sure. Scott, this one's for you. Dying Light 2 developer teases fantasy RPG. Tom Phillips over at Eurogamer. Dude, everybody's getting into this fantasy RPG thing lately. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Every time we're talking about a new game announcement, this is where the direction we're heading. I'm like, another one? Another one? I don't know.
I really want to see what IO creates in the same space, because that has my intrigue.
Yeah. For sure. No, absolutely. Oh, man. IO. Love that studio. Dead Island and Dying Light developer Techland has issued a small tease for its upcoming exotic open world fantasy role-playing game. Writing on Twitter just the other day, Techland described that the project is a narrative-driven fantasy epic with an exotic open world ready to be explored. End quote. Artwork showed. Dude, I had the artwork and I don't know where it went. For some reason, I don't have it up, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
But we strive to create a compelling story-focused AAA title that combines and refines the best aspects of gameplay that Techland is known for. The studio continued. I wonder which those might be. It's kind of followed with that. Scott, Dying Light 2 hit with mixed reactions, mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Right? How excited are you to kind of get into this new aspect where they're heading now with Techland?
Oh, I haven't gotten very deep into Dying Light 2. I did get it when it went on sale, and after a lot of different fixes, because there was a lot of technical issue with that game.
Yep.
And I want to blame the technical issue for the majority of the negative press it got. So I'm really hopeful that they've, in any case, taken lessons learned, and they're going to apply that to the next project. This next project has my attention, because Dying Light, Dead Island, some of my favorite games. We'll say Dead Island.
Yeah.
So whatever they bring, if they bring any of that skill set to a fantasy kind of scenario, I'm all for it.
Fair enough. Scott, we do have 2 games out today, though, my friend. What do we have?
We have Bayonetta Origins, Syriza and the Lost Demon. That's on Switch. And WWE 2K23 is on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, XS, and PC.
And just like that, that's going to wrap up today's show, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. You can always join us live over on Twitch and YouTube at the official ITG. But if you can't join us live, it is up later inside the game.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Until Monday, everybody, I'm Drew, that's Scott. We'll see you inside the game.